Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
My guy.
Ricky Velez. Good morning.
How are you,
Good morning.
brother?
I'm good. How are you, Charlamagne?
New HBO
Angela.
comedy special. Here's Everything is out now.
Yes, it is.
Do you feel like you really gave him everything?
I think I did good.
Okay.
Not all the critics.
You said what?
Not all of them liked me, Charlamagne.
Really? They was going at you hard?
It's so because like when you're acting and they criticize you, it's like, oh, that's somebody else's script. But when like they say it about your stand-up, they're like, we don't like your opinion.
Yeah.
So I've been going on their Instagrams and liking all the pictures of their wives.
Yeah. I haven't seen any comic that critics really like unless the comic is super woke.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess that's what they want to see.
Yeah, anything that's remotely edgy, they'll deem it problematic.
Do you think I'm edgy?
I think you're a comic. You know what I mean? I know. I just think you're a traditional
People can get mad about
New York
anything,
comic.
though.
Well, they're trying to.
Right.
And
What are
the
they
more
mad
you get
about?
mad about it, the more you're publicizing it. And that it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is show business, so it goes off numbers. So who are they going to give it to? The people that are making the most noise.
Word. Absolutely.
How difficult was it to write material during the pandemic? Because usually I know comedians, they say they get a lot of their stuff from being on the road and experiencing life, but you guys were home.
I was lucky. I was working with Judd Apatow and Judah Miller on a script. So I was just working on a different muscle I never had before. And I waited till I got my second vaccine and had the 2 weeks out to jump back on the road. And I had 5 months to get it together.
So you're doing a whole movie based on your life. Is that what?
No, and
What is it? So what is the movie or?
I mean, we don't really tell everybody everything.
Okay. So it's secret.
That's not how. Yeah.
And how did you get
keep
into
it
comedy?
low.
But you are working on something.
Yeah. We're staying busy. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how'd you get into comedy? From Queens, right?
Queens, born and raised. I went to Frank Sinatra School of the Arts, and then I went to college for a year. I went to a college that closed. That's a real story. My
What
college
college closed?
Dowling out in Long Island.
Okay.
And then I ended up starting to I laid carpet for a while, and then I was doing comedy at night.
What got you into comedy? What was some of your inspiration?
Instant gratification.
Really?
It's instant, bro. I know when I'm funny. Like, I know right away. Like, the acting, that's kind of frustrating. You do something, you got to wait like 8 months for somebody to tell you whether it's good or not. Like, you know right in the room, and it's great. It's my
Same
favorite thing in the
laying
world.
carpet too.
Yeah, you can see what you did.
And they'd be like, it looks amazing right away.
I can go back into concrete and do shit like that.
So social media probably was good for you in the beginning then, because it was instant gratification, right? But now it's probably.
I don't like it. I don't love
Yeah.
it. I try to stay off it as much as possible.
Yeah. Did you find instant gratification in it before, early on though?
No, I don't think it's big enough for me. Yeah.
What about writing for other people?
I really like that. Like, I got to write for like Marissa Tomei on The King of Staten Island. Like, that was tight. Like, getting to write jokes out for like Bill Burr and Kate McKinnon. Like, I've done that. So I love doing that.
So since you love the instant gratification, what was some of your best shows and one of your worst shows?
I did a show once, and there's this guy. He's amazing. He's a legend. His name's Greer Barnes, and Greer's one of the funniest comics in the world. And I had to follow him, and there's a spot called Check Spot, and that's like when the checks come out. And Greer got off. He murdered like Friday night. I went up after him, and this guy just stood up in a suit, and he said, "It's not yours tonight." I was like, he's right, and I put it in the stand and I walked off.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's better than a boo.
Yeah, no, it was real honest.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, he's right. Like, I would a boo I would have got nasty about, but
So you just
he
don't
just hit me
finish?
with a fact. Like, you can't argue facts.
Yes,
Like,
you can. It's 2021.
Yes, you can.
You're right.
No.
Have you ever gone back to that spot just to destroy it and
Absolutely
tear it down?
have.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you've been looking for that guy ever since, but like, look, motherfucker.
I just want him to stand up and be like, "It's yours tonight." Like, I just like on some
Pause.
Bagger Vance shit, you know?
So you think it's like, here you go. How much does it affect your night when the person who goes on before you murders it? Because
I don't think about anybody else but myself.
Okay.
I used to be like that, but now I only work on myself. Like, my art's mine.
sometimes it's hard to go last too.
Yeah, I like going last though.
You like it?
Yeah, because you stretch out the show. You can go as long as you want. You got nobody behind you.
Because Because sometimes if it's a long show, people are like getting kind of tired. Then people start paying a check. You know how they start coming out like
That's
at,
the most disrespectful
at
stuff when they get a
Caroline's
check
during
there.
the last set, and then you have to like pay your check and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just, I mean, I think clubs are learning how to do it correctly now, where it used to be with check spot. I don't perform nowhere with a check spot anymore. I think that's like a huge problem within the show.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Dude, they straight up drop
What
all
you
your
doing-
checks for all your food.
When you doing comedy, they start, you got to pay your bill.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh
Once
yeah,
it's over,
yeah, yeah. I
everybody
didn't know there was a
leaves.
name for that. I just called it disrespectful.
Oh, it is bad.
They be talking all loud while you're on stage, like, okay,
You learned some tricks.
Yeah.
You learned some tricks.
They do that at
arguing about your
Caroline's
bill.
though, and I never understood that because Caroline's does that when the headliner is on.
Every comic has the one like, I didn't order gratuity. Like, shut up, shut up, you hack, you hack your shit.
What was your,
Get through your check spot, take your bomb.
what was one of your best shows? Talk about your negative. What was one of your best ones?
You know, I would say the special was like really, really an amazing time, but I got to open for Aziz Ansari at Radio City. And that was crazy. Like, that was just being on that stage in New York City, growing up here, been in the theater and now in front of it. That was wild. Yeah.
You know, Variety names you as one of the top 10 comics to watch.
Yeah, at one point.
Caroline's Comedy Club says you're New York's funniest comedian. You know what I mean?
I've been building.
Yeah.
Working.
Just stay quiet, keep your head down, and do the work.
Does that put more pressure on you now when you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
having a kid is a lot more pressure.
Congrats on that.
Yeah.
Baby's like what, a year
He's
now? though?
3, man. He's
3?
in school.
Yikes.
You know, and I have to disagree. You said there's no such thing. I mean, that there's ugly babies, right? I don't think that you can ever.
There's ugly babies.
No,
this is
I don't
coming.
agree with
I
that. I
hit you.
think-
I hit her personal. She knows an ugly baby. That's what
think
that
all-
is. You don't. That's not the fight you pick if you watch my whole special. That's what you took away from
I
me.
just think-
God
well,
damn,
you
she
started
got an
talking
ugly
about having
baby
a
in the
child.
family. The family been talking
I
about
actually
it.
was thinking we should. I was thinking that we should protest because of that, because that's just rude.
You want to protest? Jesus Christ. Please, I want to see you with an ugly baby son. Look how cute he
No,
is.
but am I
Everybody,
right?
"Ah,
All
I
babies
can't
are
eat."
cute somehow. Like, there's a cuteness. Even a baby sometimes could be so ugly that it's cute.
I don't know. Like, I like babies that look like old men. That shit cracks me up when you see. I'm in the parks, bro. There's all types, but there's
I'm in
ugly
the
ones
parks.
too. I'm in the parks. I got a kid.
I'm out here.
I'm like, yeah. We outside in the parks.
Now you're half Irish and half Puerto Rican, right?
Yes, that's well. I took the 23andMe.
Okay, so you just found this out.
5% sub-Saharan African. I found out.
Hey.
What are you doing
Yeah,
to
we
that
in the
chair?
building. What? That's just my anxiety.
How did coming from a diverse background like help develop your style?
I got to see a lot. I got to see a lot of stuff. I mean, yo, Irish people, like, they're wild. Puerto Ricans wild. So it was just this is what you get. This is what it turns out to be. Somebody with a lot of anxiety and likes to smoke weed. Like, that's where it goes.
Are you allowed to?
Queens Village.
No.
Yeah.
What elementary school you went to?
Hillside Springfield, PS 33.
Oh, okay. I went to St.
how
Joe
would-
in Murdoch
Oh,
and
okay.
Springfield. Me and Clue, same block, Murdoch and Springfield.
218 place.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what language y'all speaking right
That's
now.
Queens language. It's Queens language.
Okay.
Bro, my corner was crazy. We had the McDonald's, Wendy's, Popeyes that's connected to a Burger King and the Pizza Hut and the Dunkin' Donuts.
All in the one spot.
Damn.
It was the diabetes corner.
mine was White Castle and the Jerk Chicken spot right there. That was mine. All bad.
Can you make Puerto Rican jokes? Because people see it and be like, oh, he's a white guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've been trying to joke about that. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I think I'm allowed to. Like,
I mean, you're Puerto Rican.
I am, but I came out. But my brother's dark, so our lives were very different.
Now, how was growing up in Queens? Because that area of Queens is black.
Yeah, so it was wild.
So how did that
I used to get
affect you?
stopped because they thought I was buying drugs there a lot.
Oh, they didn't
Which
think you
was it?
belonged.
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
Yeah,
got you.
I was the minority.
Yeah.
It was
Does it
weird.
confuse police when they see you and like, Velez?
No, they're real nice when they come to the window and then they read Velez and they're like, yo, we got an undercover Puerto Rican. The whole attitude starts and it's weird.
Did you get bullied and picked on growing up in Queens?
Well, the thing is, I don't speak Spanish either. So, like, yeah, like, it was tough. So, yeah, I think...
Because that area is Haitian and Caribbean and black.
and Pakistani, and yeah. So my mom was actually like born and raised in the neighborhood. So my block, they were always good to us. But but other than that, like I've been robbed a lot. Like
Really?
Yeah, I write that shit off in my taxes. Like that shit is brutal. It was wild. I've been jumped a lot. I was right up the road from Martin Van Buren, so I had to come home. I had to come home through from a theater school past Van Buren. So
Did you know how to fight at all?
I can fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you ever win a fight?
Did you ever win?
You trying to scrap? Like, what are you doing? What's Angela doing right now, man?
No, because you just said you got robbed a lot, jumped a lot.
Yeah, it happens. There's plenty of people that happens to.
Okay.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
You came up
walk on.
You came up in New York. It's New York.
Yeah. At one point, everybody has to get their North Face stone. It's a rule.
It's a rite of passage.
It's a rule.
So how'd you get started in comedy, Ricky?
I just started doing it when I was 19, and I started working at a club. And that club, as long as I worked there, I was allowed to do as many shows that happened that night.
So I mean, why comedy though? Like, was something inspired you? Like, what made you say, I'm gonna start going on that stage and telling jokes?
I just didn't want to lay carpet anymore. Yeah.
And people thought you was funny, like when y'all was just out and about. Or?
Yeah, and I went to that theater school, so like I knew like improv and stuff. So I knew that. And
How long did it take until you realized this is actually gonna work?
Probably 3 years in, I started working, like working, and that was pretty fast. And then at that point, I'm 21, 22.
Okay.
So yeah, it was comfortable.
How did you and Pete Davidson connect?
We were doing prom shows.
What you mean?
Kids come after prom, and me and Pete would perform, and it's usually like mad old comics talking to young kids, but like we were like their age, so it was like easy, and we were killing, and we just became friends. And he was 16. That's probably around when I met you.
Yeah, same time. Yeah.
So
you know, it's so crazy when I think about it now. I really didn't realize how young y'all were, man.
yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I really did.
There were some comedy clubs in LA that used to make us stand outside until we were allowed to go on stage and then back outsid.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? I mean, that's when word got out that, you know,
Yeah.
y'all are
buying
kids.
They could lose their license.
Goodness gracious.
So let me ask you this: does the marijuana help with your anxiety since you smoke a lot?
It helps with my creativity. So yeah. Other than anxiety, yeah, it helps there. But I mean, there's other stuff for that.
Have you ever been too high to perform?
No, that's the best. That's so fun. I love that. I'm doing 420. I'm doing 420 somewhere awesome this year. I think I'm doing it in San Francisco. I'm very excited about those. Yeah. I'm excited.
What about ayahuasca or shrooms or any of that?
I stick to shrooms. I don't know about that other stuff.
I'm doing ayahuasca. I'm doing it this year.
Are you trying to like?
I gotta do it.
Are you getting a shaman and everything?
Me. Yes, sir.
You're doing it to the best way possible.
Yes,
Can I
sir.
join you?
Yes, I'm doing it. I'm either gonna do it in LA or I'm doing it out of the country. But either way, I'm doing it. I have to do it. It's calling me. They always say don't do. They say do it when it's calling you. It's calling me.
Why is it? How is it calling you?
Because I've heard so many amazing experiences, and I've heard horrible experiences. But whatever it is, I want to experience it.
What are you searching for?
I just want to see what comes up. Everybody has different experiences. You know what I mean? They say you can go into it asking questions. Like somebody like Neil Brennan said he believes in God now after he did it. I've heard people say they've gone in with questions about their marriage and God has told them things specifically about their marriage. So I just want to see.
What's the bad ones?
Oh, the bad ones is like things that, I mean, we all got traumas, right? So it might be things that you think you've dealt with that they say just come up, and they say it comes up in the form of vomit.
Yeah, and you might shit on yourself as well.
like I said, it like really comes out. Like you gotta face it. So I want to do it.
All right, good for you. No, that's not my life. Nah, I'm out now.
We can't keep running from our anxiety, Rick.
I'm
Ricky,
out.
we can't keep running from our anxiety. We gotta face what these things are.
I'll stick to shrooms, and I like shrooms. You do them?
No, I've never done shrooms.
You need to do those. You can't jump from
Everybody, I actually punked out New Year's Eve. We had a whole ceremony. I was supposed to do it, and I was
just
like, nah.
microdoses. Shrooms are
You're
really
doing
fun. Just
too
don't
much.
Take too much. Yeah.
He's doing too much. Ceremonies. He needs
gonna
his
just jump
ceremony
in.
to do drugs. Bro, go into a field, eat some shrooms, and talk to yourself for a few hours. You're fucking... Charlamagne, you made too much money, man, over here. Got in shamans and shit.
We did a whole fire. So
I got a shaman. Shout out Dr. Motley.
Really?
Motley, yeah.
What did she?
Dr. Motley.
She got you through the shroom trips?
And Yeah, pressure points and all this stuff. He's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a whole ceremony in Cabo, and I punked out. Like, we did the prayer and the fire. I was like, I'm good. Wasted a shroom.
So what did you do that night? You just sitting there dead sober?
No, I went and got drunk, actually.
Oh, okay.
Drunk and high.
Off of Remy.
Stuck the weed.
Yeah.
Nah, we was drinking tequila. We was in Mexico. Now, you worked for Larry Wilmore.
Yes.
What did you learn as a correspondent for Wilmore?
I respect what they do, but that's not what I like to do. Day-to-day television and that stuff that's not what I like to make. I like to make things that are longer and more put together.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, did you learn anything from it, or you just learned that you don't like to do it?
That was my first. That was my first thing on television, man.
Wow.
So that was a lot coming in fast. So that was just a really, really quick way. I was lucky enough to have Mike Yard around me and Rory Albanese and Larry to guide me through it. But I was going through a lot in my own life at that time. My mom passed away.
Oh man.
So I was dealing with my own shit.
Mm-hmm. So your head wasn't even really there.
No.
Talk about the significance of having a stand-up special.
I love it because I ain't never done anything before. I've made sure to not put everything out. I thought that was a smart move. A lot of people put it 7 minutes here, 7 minutes there, 7 minutes here, and then when it's time to do the hour, they don't have their strongest stuff. I sat on it. I did 10 years. I got offers. I went ahead and didn't do it, and I waited, and HBO gave it to me. And when HBO gave it to me, I was ready. I was ready to move. Got stopped with the pandemic, and then I jumped back on the road and was ready to move again. I took everything and I put it all together, and I think that's another reason we named it Here's Everything.
Wow.
What does preparation for that look like? Like you said, you had 10 years of material. But right when you know you're about to film this special, what are you doing those couple months beforehand?
Well, since I live with this anxiety and it's always so high and the rest of that, I really tried to make sure that I was as comfortable as possible. I was going on the road. I was bringing people that keep me happy and positive and eating well, working out, doing all that. So it looks, it's me in my best condition, possibly.
Are you still not excited about Mars?
Dude, I can't believe this is even a topic. I've had to explain this so many goddamn times, dude. It's so ridiculous. Those nerds. I can't stand it. I got in trouble.
You got into a debate with Bill Nye, the science
involved.
guy.
Bill Nye people came after me.
That's something you didn't anticipate.
What? Why? Why? I was right about everything I said. I said Trump is first in the polls.
Facts.
And ISIS is killing the game.
Facts.
I don't care about water on Mars. I can't get excited about Earth right now. And they're saying I'm disrespectful.
Right. You're
I don't
a
think it
science
was disrespectful.
denier.
How am I a science denier? How many vaccines
Why are
you
you
got?
yelling at
How many
me?
vaccines you got?
I'm just telling you.
I got
what
8.
But all jokes aside, they went crazy on you. They was putting your parents' address out there and crazy stuff.
Yeah, it was wild. It was really crazy.
Think about that, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bill Nye's the science guy, people.
It was just it was what Reddit does. It's what those things do. It was a doxing, and that's why they tried to cancel me over science.
That's the thing now, though. But by the way, that's the thing now.
I was opening for Chappelle that night, and he said the last thing I was ever going to hear was pop, 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 science, motherfucker. And then a graduated cylinder was going to slowly hit the ground as the bullets.
You was ahead of your time, though, because think about how many people are getting shit for kind of denying science now by being anti-vaxxers, right?
Yeah, can't play no basketball without a...
Now,
Then what's his name? Aaron Rodgers, I just heard, got caught up.
Oh, yeah.
He's a liar.
He said he was immunized when they asked him if he was vaccinated.
And he said, yeah, I'm immunized. Just lying for no
He used
goddamn
the word
reason.
no one knew, and then somebody got a dictionary. What is immunized? What the fuck is immunized?
I just don't respect it because he lied. At least Kyrie stood on his shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but, come on. Gotta get that money.
He gonna get paid regardless. There's no mandate on vaccines in the NFL.
No, not in the NFL.
Yeah, he just had to get
so he just
tested.
lied to lie?
Lied to lie.
It was under pressure. They asked him, and then he just panicked and said, yes, I'm immunized. And then...
Carson Wentz isn't immunized. I said immunized. Isn't vaccinated. Carson Wentz isn't vaccinated.
I'm immunized.
That's a good reason.
That's the word of the day.
Were you
Immunized.
hesitant to get vaccinated?
Pardon?
Were you hesitant at first?
Not at all.
So immediately, as soon as you could get it, you were like, I'm doing this.
I don't even know if I can talk about it. But I saw somebody of such wealth go get it where I was like, well, if he's getting it,
I'm
It's
kidding.
smart.
That's what you did, though. That's what you did.
That's not what happened.
You
It was
see
just
Dave
very.
Chappelle and them get it. She was like, I'm here. I might as well.
Well, no, he wasn't getting it then. It was just accessible at the moment. And I do think accessibility matters, right? Because if you have to like sign up, make an appointment, go out of your way to get something done, as opposed to having it right there. Like,
Yo, my last name got me into the fancy hospital.
right, and it's just so
What?
much easier.
That's real as shit. They sent me to the Upper East Side to get mine.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty. I was the only Velez in that place. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, they make it easier, I think, for people, and that's why they were trying to do things like in barbershops or like pull up. Because I think if it's easy and you don't have to go through a lot
I
of
don't know if I'm
hoops to
getting
get
at the
it done.
barbershop, though.
What'd you say?
I said, I don't know if I'm getting at the barbershop, though.
I mean, you can get anything at my barbershop. You can get a drone.
You
You can get all the Remy bottles he has.
Did you get any sick at all after you did it?
The first two, no.
Oh, you did the booster already?
Yeah.
Damn, you are not playing.
already?
Yeah.
Jeez. Now, is it true that you wanted to join the military
Yeah.
and you weren't qualified for it?
Yeah.
Why weren't you
I
qualified?
had seizures when I was a kid and they never figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't just leave open cases like that, I found out.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to join the military, they're like, this doesn't work for us. And then the military said, I went to MEPS. That's where you do the training and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you I went from there, they set me up to go get a CAT scan. And when I got my CAT scan, I had something wrong with my brain waves.
Damn.
So I got denied.
Interesting. That's probably why you're so creative, though, right? It's probably why you're able to craft jokes and write the way you write. Because of those
possibly.
same brainwaves being off a little bit.
I mean, that's what I'm going to go down on when they try to cancel me. My brainwaves are fucked
those
up.
old brain
Are we
waves.
canceling brainwave people?
They're not going to try to cancel you, though. You think so? I
And they
don't
did it over science.
that was just them being fake outraged. You know
That
what
was
I mean?
that was when it first started.
Yeah, I think we've rounded the corner on cancel culture.
Hell
Because,
no.
No, I know I do because I look at the baby. That's something that people haven't been talking about this week. The fact that he's going on tour now with
Rolling
Rolling
Loud,
Loud.
yeah.
Rolling Loud gave him
Well,
like
they only
16
canceled one at a
dates.
time. They stopped him and then they was canceling Dave Chappelle
But
for
the
a second.
fact that the LGBT organization, I don't even think they named the organization, but they said the LGBTQ organization forgave
No,
the
there was
baby.
several organizations, and one of them actually came forward and said, no, we did not forgive him. And that
Really?
that they were
Well, one of
misquoted.
them forgave him enough.
One
of them forgave him
forgave.
enough so that they put him back on this Rolling Loud tour. You know what I mean?
So do they have a meeting like where they sit around the
Clearly.
table? Forgive.
Clearly they do. Clearly they do.
But Ricky, seriously, have you ever felt like you had to apologize for something you said?
For jokes?
Yeah.
No, because I don't write to prove a point. I write to make everybody laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you move
Dope.
that way, you don't run into trouble.
Dope. No, that's interesting. No, because a lot of comedians nowadays feel like they have to have the Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Bill Burr, POV. I got to make a point. It's like, no, I'm
No,
just
I
here to make
just
you
wa-
laugh.
I want to make people laugh, but I can do it from. You can talk about everything, and you can make it funny in a way. Yeah.
Word. I saw the reviews that you got, and they were pretty good. Like Vulture called you a real New York City
Yeah.
stand-up.
Vulture's been good. There's been so many good ones, but
I
you
saw
know,
one that was like, from late night troublemaker to undeniable stand-up star. Like for real. So it's like why do we focus on that one negative thing?
Well, you do that in comedy as well. If you're at a show and everybody's having fun, there's one person not enjoying themselves. That just ruined the night.
Yeah. But then you roast them, make them part of the show.
No,
What?
that's
No.
my show.
You just, so you just ignore them.
I don't let anybody involved. I'll just ask you to leave.
You ask
Really?
somebody to leave?
I'll say I'll pay for your check. You can leave. I'll pay for your check. Please leave.
Somebody's left
I want you to
Oh my
start changing
God.
that. I want you to start saying, "Hey, buddy, tonight's not your night. I need you to go. I need you to leave."
No, I have no problem. I don't understand why people think they should be a part of the show or any of that.
But what
Yeah, why
about
you
when
there
people
if
have
you-
masks
yeah.
on and you can't tell if they're enjoying it or not?
I tried to stay away from the mass shows. I did one show on a farm and I heard a cow moo and I was like, this is not for me. That was in the pandemic. Oh yeah, we did shows anywhere we could, and it was tough. Like it was tough. People were yelling at cars, and the cars would beep back. That was
Oh,
a real
I remember
thing.
that.
I
They were
did some.
doing that
I
shit
went
in
to a
LA.
drive-in comedy show where you have to like beep instead of.
That
so
shit is whack.
You're standing on stage by yourself.
Did you have fun?
In the car, it was. You know what? I had fun because I hadn't been to anything in so long. So they tried. You know what I'm saying? So people had to adapt to different things. But I listened to it. I enjoyed myself with the people I was in the car with. But it was weird.
My guy Carlos Miller did that. He did a drive-up show. I just wonder how that is for comics. Is what you said, instant gratification. Like y'all really feed off
You
a
beat the
crowd.
horn.
You beep the horn. That's whack.
Yeah, I didn't want nothing to do with that. I got
high beam
I got
and stuff.
Spanish fans. The horn is a whole song. That shit goes on for 5 minutes.
Ricky Velez, man, his HBO comedy
Velez.
special.
Velez.
Put some
I'm sorry.
respect on my
Velez.
name.
You know I can't pronounce
Put
shit.
some respect on my name.
Ricky Velez.
Velez is a nice common name.
My guy Ricky Velez, HBO comedy special. His everything is out right now. What's next for Ricky, man?
More stand-up. We're going to be putting out dates soon, and just getting into producing and directing. I want to do that so bad.
You don't want to do like television, like something regular on TV, sitcom, anything maybe?
I'm always looking towards opportunities, but my main goal is producing and directing. If the opportunity is right and it's right for me and it fits what I do, yeah, I'm into it.
And the Judd Apatow movie.
Judd, he's the best.
Judd loves y'all.
He's the best. He's so cool.
He loves you. And
Have
Pete.
you guys had him in here? He's very interesting.
I met him at I guess that was the office when Pete was y'all was doing King of Staten Island.
You came in for an audition too?
No, I just came up.
I
to
would
the
have loved
office.
if you were a fireman.
No, I just came to the office one day and he was there. And he hit me with, "Oh, I love your show." He probably was lying, but
No, he. That's the one thing about Judd that always blows my mind. No matter what you're doing, even like if there's like free time, he's always consuming something. So I've never put it behind him that he doesn't know who you are.
dope.
Okay. Well, thank
Very
you for
clicked
joining
in.
us, Ricky Velez.
Thank you for having me.
Velez.
It's such a pleasure. Velez.
Velez. It's the Breakfast Club. Good
You're the
morning.
problem. You're the problem. That's why my people aren't up right now.